Hello everyone, I am Dr. Abha Kumari from Nirmala College. Earlier we have discussed a definition of sequence and the bounds of a sequence. Now today we will discuss the limit of a sequence. So what we mean by the limit of a sequence? So a sequence A1, A2 up to an, and also dot is an infinite sequence of a real number is said to converge to a real number L if corresponding to any arbitrary chosen positive number. Okay, positive number, this is very important, the positive number epsilon, however small. Okay, let it be small m, such that if mod of an minus L is less than epsilon when n greater than equals to m. If this so that an minus L is always less than epsilon, and epsilon is what, however small, this is very very small. So if this condition holds, then we say that the number L is called, the limit of the sequence an is called the limit of the sequence an. Means an, okay, and in the curly bracket, because we are doing the sequence, so sequence in this way. We can also write it as an tends to L as n tends to infinity, okay, or limit n tends to infinity an equals to L. If this so happens, then only we can say that L is the limit point of a sequence. Now, for example, the sequence an equals to 1, 1 by 2, 1 by 3, 1 by 4, and so on up to dot to infinity, okay, where an is what, 1 by n for n belonging to the set of natural number. Fine, we can write this one. So has 0 as limit point. So how can we find that this 0 is a limit point? So let us check this one. So here the first term of the sequence is what? 1. Okay, here the first term of the sequence is 1 and the second term is 1 by 2. So the first term is 1 and the second term is 1 by 2. So here 1 is greater than 1 by 2. Okay, that is less than the first term. Similarly, if we are going to take the third one, then 1 by 3 is less than 1 by 2. And again the third term is less than the second term. And the sequence, if we move to the infinite term, so what we see here is that we count more and more terms of the sequence in order that the value of the each term goes on diminishing, and we see that the term gradually approaches towards the value 0 as we move towards the infinity. Okay. Okay, so if we take that an equals to what? 1 by n, it is what? Nth term. Okay, so if it is the nth term, then we have to take the difference. And what is the difference? That an minus l less than epsilon. Okay, so let us take the difference. This is the nth term of the sequence. Then the difference between 0 and 1 by n is what? 0 minus 1 by n. Fine. And here what we have says that this is less than epsilon. So let us define an epsilon. So if we define an epsilon, then arbitrary positive number, let epsilon be an arbitrary positive number. Okay, then 0 minus 1 by n is what? Less than epsilon. Okay, and this implies mod of 1 by n is also less than epsilon. Fine, provided n is greater than 1 by epsilon. While this solving, what we get here, that n is greater than 1 by epsilon. Fine, this way. Therefore, here we see that if we take the limit n tends to infinity, so what we see here is that, so if we have taken the epsilon equals to 1 by 1000, if we take epsilon equals to 1 by 1000, then what we will write? 1 by n is less than 1 by 1000. This one, if n greater than 1000. Okay, the same condition we will here taken, but here we take the epsilon as 1 by 1000. That's why we see that n is greater than 1000. Or if we choose epsilon equals to 1 by 10 to the power 6, then 1 by n, this one mod is less than 1 by 10 to the power 6. And again, if n greater than 10 to the power 6, and so on. So this conditions will goes on up to infinity. This means if we take n sufficiently large, then 1 by n becomes sufficiently small, and we can make it smaller than any quantity we like. So in other words, what we can say that if 1 by n tends to 0 as n tends to infinity. If n is greater than 10 to the power 6, then we have this one. So if 1 by n tends to infinity, then we can say that 1 by n tends to 0. That is limit n tends to infinity 1 by n equals to 0. And here 0 is the limit point of the sequence. An equals to 1, 1 by 2, 1 by 3, 1 by 4 up to dot dot dot. So we can say that the limit point of the sequence is 0, and the sequence converges to what? 0. Okay. So I hope you all understand the limit of a sequence very well. So next day we will come with some more definitions. Thank you.